He thought he had finally made it. A beautiful home, a fresh start. But when flashing police lights shattered the night and accusations came knocking, he realized he was being watched long before he ever stepped foot in this neighborhood. Was it a mistake or something far more sinister? Stay till the end, because some truths are meant to be uncovered. Subscribe to my channel and like this video. Malik Carter exhaled deeply as he stepped out of his car, gazing up at the two-story colonial house that was now his. A sense of pride welled up inside him. Years of hard work, late nights at the office, and careful financial planning had brought him here. Willow Creek was a picturesque neighborhood, the kind that looked like it belonged on the cover of a real estate magazine. Perfectly manicured lawns, SUVs parked neatly in driveways, and a gentle breeze carrying the scent of freshly cut grass. It was, in every sense, the American dream. But dreams had shadows. As Malik walked up his driveway, he noticed an elderly white woman peering at him from across the street. He smiled and waved. Instead of waving back, she narrowed her eyes and shuffled back inside her house, letting the blinds fall into place. "Friendly," Malik muttered to himself. Moments later, another neighbor, a middle-aged woman with silver-streaked blonde hair, approached, clutching a small potted plant. "You must be the new maintenance guy," she chirped, offering a polite smile. "I have a problem with my faucet. Could you take a look when you're done?" Malik's smile faltered. I actually live here. Just moved in today." Her face froze, the color draining slightly. Oh, of course. My mistake," she stammered, handing him the plant. "Welcome to the neighborhood." As she hurried off, Malik sighed. Here we go. Determined not to let the interaction ruin his excitement, Malik decided to take a jog around the neighborhood the next morning. It was something he had done every day before work, a way to clear his mind. As he rounded a corner, a police cruiser rolled up beside him. "Morning, sir." The officer inside, a tall, broad-shouldered man in his 40s, gave him a long, assessing look. "Morning," Malik replied, still jogging. "Can I see some ID?" Malik slowed to a stop, sweat glistening on his brow. "Why?" "Routine check. We've had some break-ins recently." Malik tensed. "I just moved in." 215 Maple Drive officer Greg Lawson's eyes flicked over him, skeptical. "That so?" Malik sighed, pulling out his wallet and handing over his driver's license. Lawson examined it for an uncomfortably long time before finally handing it back. "All right, be safe." The cruiser rolled away, but the weight of suspicion lingered. At the grocery store later that day, Malik caught the cashier watching him closely. When he handed over his credit card, she hesitated. "Do you have another form of ID?" she asked, eyes darting to her manager. "Seriously?" Malik muttered, pulling out his license again. The manager watched, but said nothing. The transaction went through, but the seed of doubt had been planted in his mind. A week later, at 2:37 a.m., sirens wailed outside Malik's house. He woke to flashing red and blue lights reflecting off his bedroom walls. A loud knock at the door. "Malik Carter, step outside." Groggy and confused, Malik stumbled to the door, barely having time to pull on a shirt. As he opened it, Officer Lawson and two other officers stood with hands resting on their holsters. Behind them, several of his neighbors watched from their porches, whispers rippling through the night air. "What's going on?" Malik asked, heart pounding. "There was a break-in at 229 Oak Street. Security footage caught a suspect fleeing, tall black male in dark clothing. Lawson's voice was firm, almost rehearsed. Malik blinked, still trying to process. I was asleep. Lawson folded his arms. Mind if we take a look inside? Something inside Malik twisted. He knew he didn't have to let them in without a warrant, but refusing would only escalate things. He stepped aside. They searched his home, looking through drawers, glancing at his shoes, checking his laundry bin. One of them muttered something about matching the description. Call my job, Malik said, forcing calm into his voice. I was at work late last night. They'll confirm it. Lawson held his gaze for a long moment before nodding. We'll verify. As they left, Malik's neighbors stared, their expressions unreadable. The next day, the police confirmed his alibi. The real suspect, a local teen, white, privileged, the son of a wealthy businessman. The security footage had been too grainy to tell, but once the police took a closer look, the truth was clear. Malik expected an apology. Instead, Lawson gave him a curt nod. Just doing my job. You weren't just doing your job, Malik shot back. You were doing what you assumed was right. There's a difference. Lawson's jaw tightened. Look, Carter. No, you look, Malik interrupted. You saw my skin before you saw me. I live here. Get used to it. Over the next few days, some neighbors awkwardly apologized. Others avoided him altogether. Malik considered moving, but he couldn't shake the thought. If he left, would they feel justified in their bias? One evening, he went for another jog. As he passed a group of neighbors chatting on a lawn, they fell silent, their eyes tracking him. He nodded in greeting. A few nodded back, hesitant, uncertain. Officer Lawson's cruiser passed by. Their eyes met for a brief second before Lawson looked away. Malik exhaled and kept running. Some things never change, but some battles are worth fighting anyway. Thank you for listening to one of my favorite stories today. If you want to hear more stories like this, push the like button and subscribe to my channel. Bye.